guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here, wondering how are you guys doing today? Like, genuinely, how are you doing? I know things are a little crazy and it seems like, there's a whole lot of changes happening all at once and the whole world's sort of gone a little mad, a little tense, and, some of us aren't getting to do the things that we usually get to do, and it gets a little frustrating and people are feeling really pent up and cooped up. So I just wanted to, jump on here, share this book that I've made, but also ask you guys, how are you doing? Because I know, for me, I work in an industry that has suddenly become essential overnight, and we've become extremely busy with the demand, and that's all I've been doing is working. This is the first time I've been able to sit down and create in weeks, and I didn't even think that was gonna happen, and I'm happy that I got back into it. And I know that other people might be feeling the stress as well, and are also feeling like maybe there's some blockages or some resistance to creating. And honestly, all I can say from my own personal experience is that once I sat down to do it, I didn't feel hindered by it at all. In fact, it was probably the most relaxing thing I could have done after weeks of high stress working, trying to make sure that everybody gets what they need. So that being said, I have finally finished this book, and I am so excited to finally have finished it, especially now, because I feel like it's the person it's going to is definitely going to be happy to have this in her hands finally after waiting for so long. But also during this time, it's little things like this, just having a book or having something you can write down in, something that you can claim as your own and have sort of some control over, that's really helpful and really going to, make a big difference in how people are feeling in their brain chemistry. So, if you have any little things that have just brought you an immense amount of joy during this really trying time, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear that and share what people are doing to sort of get through this time. Are you crafting? Are you reading more? Are you journaling? Are you getting some of that key essential work in your house done? Let me know. I'm really interested. So we're gonna push that whole thing to the side because that's not why you come here, but I am genuinely concerned about everybody out there. So let me know how you're doing for real. But we're gonna talk about this book. This book I am calling, I don't know. I thought I would have a snappy name when I got on here, and I did not have a snappy name. So you let me know what you think this book should be called. I made this as the prize for the auction that I held in January for Australia. And so this is the final edition or final submission. Somebody knows the right word, let me know. To that set of books that I auctioned off, and I'm happy to be wrapping up that chapter and to send this away. But before I send it off, I wanted to share it with you guys. So this book, you might recognize from my hardcover challenge. This is the book that we actually made on that nearly hour-long tutorial together. This is the cover that I ended up with at the end. This is the book we made together, and so I'm happy to show it to you guys, show you guys what came of that. It does still have a 4-inch spine, which is massive, but you can see the book is massive, and I'm actually zoomed out as far as I can be, and still barely in frame, and I don't even understand how that works, because it's not this got bigger, just this way. Physics, geometry, y'all know. So yeah, let's jump into it. You're definitely gonna want maybe 2 snacks and a hot drink to get through this one, because it's huge. It's a big deal, and I got a lot to talk about, and it's gonna be interesting because it's the time of seasonal changes, and so my allergies are high, which means my asthma is up. So this is going to be an extra wheezy video. If you aren't a fan of that, I don't blame you. I'm not a fan of it personally myself. It's not my favorite way to sound, but it is what it is, and if we wait till the season is over, well, that's 3 months from now, and I want to show you guys this book right now. So, for the closure, I kept it pretty simple because the book itself is anything but. It's just some twisted together sari silk in silver and black with some of this gold leaf trim. I'm gonna set that to the side. And for the cover, I used a bunch of different lace appliques, crochet lace pieces. I used this really cool mesh piece on top of that gold fabric we had on, and I think the camera is picking it up. You can see I used a like snake print stencil on the gold fabric before I put this mesh fabric over the top. And then I just sort of edged everything up with some really pretty lace and some leaves. Leaves, not leaves. Come on. And did that like the whole way around. So there's a bunch of appliques, a bunch of layers. There's some like cool, fun, hidden little bits and pieces in here. And then on top of that, I added this board, which I covered with some scrapbook paper. And then I did a little like painting canvas, I guess a little mini canvas, you could call it, where I just painted the background with some acrylics, and then I embossed this snake on, tracing a template that I got off of Pinterest of just someone's snake. Like, I think it was on a linen runner, so somebody's artwork, I traced their pattern to get this design because I really like the shape of the snake, and embossed that on. And then I added this leaf to the front. It's actually removable, so it can be turned into a quill pen or whatever she wants. Not a leaf, it's a feather. Jiminy Cricket, you guys, words. They're obviously still gone. And then I added this little charm and this chain on the front. So it's got this really cool little hand holding a star, which I think is totally perfect for this book. In addition to making the book for the auction, I also made the kit to go with this book. Because I didn't have what she wanted in my scrapbook paper pile, so there was that. But I also was really interested in making something a little darker, so this is the Dark Goddess kit in its entirety that you guys will see in here, as well as I did a bunch of like coffee stain paper dyeing with some Rit fabric dye. I scanned those. That's also the Dark and Stormy kit. If you guys are looking at getting your hands on that paper pack, that is also available to download in my Etsy shop. The information will be in the description box below. I want to start out by saying special thanks to all the people who donated things to this book. Your happy mail keeps me going, so I really appreciate it. And I will also link those people who inspired me, as well as people who donated to the cause, in the description box below. So definitely check those people out. Some really talented people, really generous people, and I appreciate their faces. Alright, so we're going to crack this open. Ooh, look at that first page. As you can see, the book is massively lacy. I charmed it up. We'll go over those as we go through. I really love this side profile. It actually, it looks really full, but there's a lot of room to grow here because this is going to be her personal book of shadows. And I wanted to make sure that she had plenty of writing space, as well as space to grow. It lays totally flat, thanks to that awesome tutorial by yours truly, which is also exciting to me. But I think the only way to go through this book is like this, because it's so big. So on the front, I have this library card pocket that I made out of some scrapbook paper. Did some embossing on the background, and then fussy cut out some of these images from the kit. I ran out of ink, so anything you see fussy cut from the kit like this is like a misprint from where I ran out of ink. And then this comes in the kit. It's a little library card that I just inked up and tucked into there. So this will be a page from the kit. And I added this little charm. There's a little spiky dagger and spider and a little shiny bit. This really fluffy lace. And then I used a bunch of different paper pads, mostly from Recollections, but like from a couple years worth of Recollections, as well as a Martha Stewart paper pad, which is no longer in circulation, so that one you won't be able to get your hands on. I don't think you can get your hands on any of them. They're all Halloween packs, so they're kind of out there. There's some music paper. Here's that Dark and Stormy paper. I love how it came out. And then for this is actually tissue paper that I stenciled on, and then while the ink was wet, I dumped a bunch of embossing powder on, and then just shook off the excess, and so whatever stuck is what ended up embossed. And I really love how like texturized that came out, and like just how imperfectly perfect it is. I'm really a big fan of that. And I did that. There's a page like this in every single signature, and I'm just in love with like the entire effect here. So there is a background page from the kit. So like I said, tons of writing space. I wanted her to have lots of room to write. This kit is a darker, witchier kit, so it has sort of athames, candlesticks, things like that in here. Moons, pentacles, all sorts of fun stuff. Because this was one of the journals that was auctioned off to help out with the bushfires for Australia, I added in this kangaroo like skeleton page. just as a little like memento of what she did. And it's also got some marsupials on the back, the platypus and whatnot, just to sort of like, you know, be a little happy reminder as to why she got the book in the first place. And then I fussy cut out some washi and just stuck that onto this little piece of scrap paper. And then this is a little bit of ephemera from the kit. It's a little floating library card pocket. And then I used, made 4 little journaling cards in the elements. So there's earth and air. And then the other 2 are later in the book. And that's just attached here with a tiny paper clip, which will now no longer work. So watch me struggle. Oh my god. There we go. And then on this side is a little Phoenix type postcard. And inside here is a tag made out of some handmade paper. A little more fussy cut washi. And then if you pull this paper clip that I just struggled with off, there's a little flip out with a little spot to journal on, so a little secret message can be tucked in there. And then we struggle again. Oh, that was actually easier this time around. Alright, so here's one of the first pages in the kit. It's sort of an odd page for the kit, and I wanted to explain it a little bit because I had this sort of weird idea. If you are a practicing witch or any type of that, you're probably familiar with like spell records or like recipe sheets, and I kind of wanted this to be like one of those, but sort of like a little piecemeal. So maybe you could write like the name of your spell and then your ingredients and the steps and then like any like appropriate timing. So I made these like really, I don't know, little patchworky spell record pages. And I printed them front and back, and so there's a sheet of these in every signature. So there's 4 signatures, there's 4 of these in every single one, that I thought would be like a fun way to record spells and a little bit of a different sort of approach to the spell record. And then here is some really pretty like wrapping paper. You guys might know from my other channel, I got this in a Tamed Wild box, and so I reused that here. And some more of that really cool paper with some lace. So pretty. And then there's this little journaling spot on this page I thought was pretty neat. I used a bunch of runes throughout this. And I don't know, I'm really happy with how everything came out. This is some dyed paper from Janine. And then on this one is a little tiny mini book of shadows that you can make using the ephemera that comes with the kit. So I just added some little scrap pieces of paper in there. And then this whole thing will slide off. It's like a traveler's notebook, so she can write in it, slide it back on, and just attach it to the book. Or take the whole thing off, it's up to her. And then in here is a little bit of scrap paper for her to journal on. It is a pocket page. There we go. And then, that's the back of that really cool paper. There is a index card for her to journal on here. That's also been dyed using the same technique for the paper. And then inside the envelope is a Empress Tarot card, which goes appropriate with the Dark Goddess kit. And I like how it shows through here. Sort of a little mysterious in this vellum envelope. Some leaf trim, a little moth washi sticker. And then this is a book called Tales of the Mccobb, and I used the entire first chapter of The Adventure of the German Student, so she could actually read the story as she goes through. It has like the pictures that go with it. Not that it's like going to be easy to read, but it's the entire story is in this book. So, and I kept it in order, so as she goes through, she can actually read it if she chooses to. And then there is this large pocket using a little tag from the kit. And then I made a little shrine, like altar tag card, whatever you want to call it, that I embossed the front of. And then some like journaling can be done here, or maybe like a dedication if she wants to put in here. But I thought making a little shrine tag was a fun little element. And I might try to do something with those later, come up with like a template or something I can share with you guys. I think that might be fun. And so here I printed out this dark and stormy paper onto some vellum, and I used that to make the pockets here. So I cut this butterfly out and then just backed it with that vellum. And then there is a tag from the kit, which tucks in real nice there. You get a little skull guy in there. And I just added this little tab here. And the back of that envelope has this piece of ephemera from the kit, and I just added some like rhinestone blings to that, but I left it pretty much as is. I thought I'd make a really cool like glamour magic spell like insert or something. I don't know, it's her book, she can do whatever. But that's what I thought when I made it. a little chunky quartz crystal with some shiny bling on this little charm. And another page from the kit. I tried not to do like a bunch of stamping or anything. I did add in a bunch of little like fussy cut washi, but I didn't want like there to be too much stamping because I didn't want that to dictate what she puts on the page. So right here, it's a little handmade paper tag, and then this flips down like the other one. And then there is a little envelope in here, little writing space with some embossing here, so a spine, and then she can tuck something in there to keep together in there. Whop. There's a journaling card from the kit, and then a large tarot card with our little snake friend in there. Alright, so a book page, and then the other side of that kangaroo skeleton page, there's the tail. And then I need to fix the glue on that because I just stuck my thumb through it. And the other side of that tissue paper. And then here is a paper clip from a piece of ephemera that I made, a little Hermelinda fold out tag, and some like regular journaling ephemera. Pull that off. So I made a little paper clip dude out of the ticket from the kit. Ramp. Alright, I promise once I get to the first signature, I will go much faster. But there's a lot to see. Hope you got your snacks. So I just fussy cut this little owl out. Some more fussy cut washi. And then that is the end of the first signature. And then here we are on the second signature. Like you can see, there's that tissue paper. I added this little moth sticker to the front of that. And I think it's really cool because the back of these just stay like plain and black. So you could totally like journal on here or put like pictures down or whatever, and you'd still get that cool effect on the front. Alright, some more fussy cut washi. And then I cut out some tarot cards, made them into a little pocket. And this is actually, I have these cards, I use these in the book. This is the cover of the box, but it was too cute to like toss out. And it has like a little bit more significance that the owner of the book will understand when she gets it. A little inside bit. So there's a little charm with this little blue like aura quartz and a feather. Then I added some of these like die cut leaves and branches. And then there is some brown tissue paper here. And another one of those pages from Janine. And then here's a little pocket. I added one of those quote like tabs. I just pulled the extra like chipboard off the back so it would be flatter and not so 3D. But in here is a little off like misprint from the kit. And then I used one of those like x-ray dudes and just attached it with a brad. So you could see back there, and then journal on the back if you wanted to. And then here is a big lace pocket. This is actually like a t-shirt. I think the back of a t-shirt that April sent to me. So I turned it into a big pocket here and just added some leaf trim on the bottom. And then there's the Adventures of the German Student, which I read before I put in here. It was actually pretty interesting. It's a Washington Irving joint. There is another tarot card. I think every signature has one of these tarot cards in it. And I tried to match them up to the book and the themes within as much as I could. And then I just embossed the cover in black because I really like this black on black. But then I also added this cool, I think it's an Inka Dinka Doo stamp. Almost forgot the word. And then there's a little amethyst charm here. And those spell pages. And I tried to pick like, this is from a book of folk songs, so I tried to pick ones that were sort of like witchy or magical in nature. There's the other side of that kangaroo page, so there's the front half of the kangaroo. And then just attached right here with this binder clip is a vellum pocket with a page from the kit, and I turned it into a shaker. So that's fun. And then I embossed on the front, and then she can tuck something back in there to write on. That was a struggle. And some washi tape. And there's the center of this signature. love how this wow came out. I can't talk at all. Like, I don't know what is wrong with me. And then I made a really long, like, dangly charm here with this little skeleton hand, little eye, little rose. There's a lacy belly band here with some ephemera from the kit. And this is actually one of the journaling cards in the kit, so I'm happy with how that came out. And then she asked for a Lacy bookmark, so that's what I did. I cut out some scrapbook paper and then just sort of patched work down some like sheer fabric and some sheer lace out of this applique, and then a couple of layers of leaf trim, and this is the other one on the like side of that shirt. And then I added some rose charms, a moon, and a little star, and this little clipping sticker from Tim Holtz. I used E6000 to make sure that all stays down. And then this actually unties. Maybe not one-handed. Hold on. Okay. Weirdest cut ever for you guys, but I untied it. And so there is just a large tag hiding in there. Thought this would be like a cool place to write like a book blessing and then tuck it in there, and then it'll like bless whatever book you keep your bookmark in. Then I just bottomed that off with some rune washi tape. And I will tie that at another time because that was a struggle. And then there is just a little bit of fussy cut ephemera from the kit, as well as this little pocket. And then I folded up an index card for her to journal on and slapped it in there. Alright, moving on. There's some more lace on this page. So some more fussy cut washi on the back of the bag, and this little piece of ephemera, and just tucked in, excuse me, a little card here. And then there is a lace flip up, so a big journaling spot there. And there's some more scrap paper, the other side of that pocket. So in here is a little envelope made out of handmade paper, a little journaling card, graph card in there. And then there is a tag from the kit. And then I stamped onto vellum this stamp that I carved myself. And I'm really happy with how it came out. So I'm excited to like get into more like lino cutting and make some of my own stamps, or some more of my own stamps is what I was trying to say. But I'm really happy with how this came out, so I embossed that onto this tag, and I think it looks really cool. Alright, some more fussy cut washi. So like I said, tons of journaling space and lots of places for her to tuck more stuff in. She said she was going to use it for like a combination of journaling as well as like adding things to, so I wanted her to have lots of retail for that. This is a side tuck that I did some more of that fussy cutting. I cut a little crystal out of this one and backed it with that dark and stormy vellum paper. And then there is an index card. And then this is actually a blank tag that was left over from when I did the Perish After Dark kit, and the ephemera that I made for that. This is what was left. So really pretty owl moth page. And then on this side it flips out, and make sure I'm in frame. There's a bottle there with a little card that tucks back here, so she can journal on the back of that. I backed that with some regular coffee dyed paper. And then here, with the little moon phases, these are actually like little sticky notes. So I put a couple down here so that she could pull them off and like stick them around the book as she wanted. So she's got like a little set of sticky notes right there. And then we hit the last page of the second signature. I'm going to pause the video here and then stop before my camera dies and come back and film the rest of this book. For you guys, it'll be like 2 seconds. Okay, now that I've had a drink and I'm not dying of thirst anymore, we are back. So on the middle here is an insert. This was just an added little bonus that I made because I wanted to really like flesh out this book, I guess. So I added just a couple little like random die cuts in here that she can use to decorate on the book. I wanted to have some space for her to tuck some more stuff in here if she wanted to. And then on this side, holding this together, is that stamp that I made. I embossed it on this little dude here. There is a pocket in the back using some of this like cool metallic paper that Kim embossed for me. And then this little like tab from the kit so she can write some stuff down here. This is just a little bit of like scrapbook ephemera from those paper packs. And then there's a little mini like journal in here. And I did some stamping in here. And so I had a little extra piece of that tracing paper. I don't know, have I been saying tissue paper this whole time? It's tracing paper. I don't know what I've said. That I embossed in here. Did some stamping in this book. And so there's some more in here. So this one kind of has a purplier vibe than the rest of the book, because I know that she likes purple. So I wanted to add a little bit of that in there for her, as well as, let me grab, oh, I forgot. So inside there is a little like tarot spot. There is some little tuck spots here. These are also pockets right behind here, so she can tuck some more stuff back there. And then I'm going to grab this so it can be my indicator on the inside of this cover. This is a tuck spot, and then if you lift this up, this is also a tuck spot. So I thought that would be like a fun little way for her to hide stuff in here. I will fuss with those leaves later. But this way she'll be able to add lots of like little goodies that she wants to keep together in the same spot. And that just holds it all together so it doesn't flap out and go all like flux akimbo. And so there is a little lace tab flip up here. And it's like this really pretty like flocked lace, which is cool. And then I use this Crocodilians bone page for the rest of the book, because we went to New Orleans together and all she wanted to do was see the crocodiles, and I wasn't about to get my hand bit off, so she can see the crocodiles in here. And then inside is a pendulum board that comes with the kit that I stuck onto the tissue paper. I have been saying tissue paper, I know it. Tracing paper that I embossed. That sticks here, but then also this little like bulb pin charm, which is removable, has this extra long bit of chain and a little tiny pendulum point here. So I thought that would be fun if she takes this book out with her. Instead of trying to bring all of her magical supplies, she can have a little like removable pendulum to use with her pendulum board, which I thought would be a fun little touch. So there's the back of that. It's gonna look really cool to like put a picture or something back here, I think. It's not my book, but I think that would be a really cool thing that she could do. And so there's just some little extra scrappy bits, some fussy cut washi, and then just a little like gold die cut piece. And then this is a piece of that envelope. I cut it wrong, so I just ended up turning it into a journaling card and sticking that onto here. And then there is a little pocket here, and I'm trying to remember. I think this one also flips out. Slide it up so you can see. So a little fussy cut bit of the kit, and then a little torn up index card for her to journal on. And let's see how much of a struggle this is. Alright, that was relatively easy. Like it. So another page from the kit. Really happy with how this came out. I think it's really pretty. And then this is a little bit of the extra like leftover bit of the fabric I used on the cover, which made really fun edging. So I definitely saved the scraps on that. There's a journaling card from the kit. And then on the other side is a tarot card. And the other, as I bend it, the other paper clip that I made with the tickets that come in the kit. Whomp. So those are fun. And I used that little moon sticky note to be the moon on this one. So I really like how that came out. Fussy cut washi. I did a lot of fussy cutting. There's a little sticker here. Turn these little birch trees into a little pocket with some offcut and a little bit of ephemera. And there's the other side of that paper from Janine. And then, wow, all these charms are so heavy. I never think about that when I'm making them, but they are. So a little charm here. I used a matte bloodstone as well as a matte red tiger's eye, and I really like how those came out. They're really cool. They're not super shiny or anything, but they have sort of a special meaning for this book and for her, so I'll explain that to her later. It's not really relevant as far as seeing the book is. And then here I did make these giant like journaling card tags, and I thought this was really fun. I got the idea from like how you would attach an extra page after already binding a book. Like I don't know if you guys know that, but you can stick little pieces of paper through the signatures and then like stick your page on there, and that's how you add an extra page. But I made these tags like, I made them into tags so she can like journal on here, journal back here, and then tuck them back in here with the little spots on the side, and keep little like secret messages there. So I embossed here and did some gold stamping here. This I will do off camera because it's a little fiddly, but I thought it was a fun idea, and I'm happy with how it came out. So here is the center of this signature, and then some really pretty embossing with a Blue Fern Studio stamp and the other tag to go on the other side, and then that also slides out, and you can see there's some more embossing here, and then emboss this cool eye on the back. So I thought that was like a fun little like journaling spot for her. And then there's some of this flopped paper with a little handmade paper tag. Some more fussy cut washi. If I sing it, it doesn't sound so repetitive, I hope. And then I just edged this with some gold leaf trim. The Old Grumbler is hilarious. And then this is probably my favorite page of all the ones I dyed. So, like, it was hard to let go of, but because I scanned them, I don't feel too bad about letting it go. But, yeah, I gave her the original because I'm a really nice person like that. I'm not regretting my decisions at all. It's my favorite page. So this is another page from the same kit. I'm going to move on from my personal crises. And then this is another flip out. Little washi sticker in there. And then a little journaling card, big giant tag. Who doesn't like big giant tags? I really enjoy big giant tags. Maybe other people don't feel so strongly about it as I do, but I like them. And on the back of that was this little like journaling card piece of ephemera. We're almost done. Hope you guys are hanging in. Probably on that second snack now. And then, so this envelope has a little index card in there. That's just regular coffee stain paper. Flip up there so she can tuck something underneath there if she wants. And then on the back here is a tuck. And then those cards that came out of that packaging I saved. So tuck those in there. The other side of that snakeskin print. And the rest of that crocodile page, which I think is pretty cool. And then another one of those fussy cut vellum crystal pocket pages and a tag from the kit to add a little witchy flair. And then there's another pretty little charm with a little Celtic knot bead on it. And that's the end of the third signature. And then here is the start of the fourth and final signature. There is a little pocket here. So that tucks in there. So you can journal behind there and add maybe like a picture or something here. And then I cut out this little potion bottle and added this little snake tag behind it. And then here is the other X-ray little slidey dude for her to journal on. I think that's the first half, yeah, of the crocodile page. And then I did a little bit of like collaging behind here just for some funsies. And then added this little book plate charm or book plate stamp. Wow, words are hard, you guys. To the front of this. I was actually going to tuck this into the library pocket, but then I remembered that I made a library card for the kit, so this ended up back here. And then you see a little key charm on that, as well as another Celtic knot. And then back here is the Justice card. And then I made this little flip-up pocket. And here is the second little Book of Shadows dude that I made. So that one also has a little home in here. And this flips out. A really pretty page. So love that. And just some more scrap paper. Some more of that stormy paper, those spell pages. I did some more of that black on black embossing. And then there's just a really cool index card in here. Not my favorite, so I'm not going to complain about it for 2 minutes. And then just this like phases of the moon strip. And we're in the final stretch. So there's this little hangman skeleton charm. Little broom and tag. And then here is the other of those element cards in that library pocket. There's fire and water. And then this is on a little owl brad. So that slides around. So she can write behind it. Some more fussy cut washi. The last of that tracing paper. I finally know what I'm talking about. And then this little handmade envelope flips open. There's a little tag in there for her to journal on. Another one of those ladies. And then this is some embossed paper that I just went over with some wax on. I think that's the last page of the German student. And then this is a full like tarot spread layout. Whatever. I think it came out pretty neat. And then if you guys saw Serene Bookworks use my kit as well, she figured out that this one said fate. And there's another page I didn't tell you guys about. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there's some more words hidden through here in runic text. So I thought that was like a fun little bonus to add in. Kind of like how the Moonlight kit has the full signs of the zodiac. This is a little belly band took spot. This kit has some words spelled out in runes. Is this a pocket page, or did I glue two pages? I glued some pages together. Ha 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 ha. So another page in the kit. That embossing. I think there was another pocket page, and I don't even remember what it was. So that'll be a surprise for her later. And then there's a top-loading pocket, which is some of this leftover journaling pages from that Edgar Allan Poe book I made. And then this is a piece of ephemera from the kit with a little tag in there. And then I embossed this side, and in here is another index card. Some of this really pretty lace. And the back of that paper. And then the second vellum shaker. Fun. And this is the Who Can Tell My Story off print that I had. So, struggle. So that just goes right there. And then the other side of this pocket, there's some more collaging behind there. And then this is a pocket tag with a little poem using those clipping stickers and the other little journaling card lady. Alright, and that's the last page, and there's a little corner tuck spot that I totally glued this paper into, so I will fish that out later. And the last little charm, little amethyst charm. So that's it, you guys. That's all for this colossal book, and I had a lot of fun making it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and definitely hope to hear from you guys for the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in getting the kit used in this book, all my shop details are linked down below, as well as the information for all the people who have inspired me on this creative journey. Until next time, you guys, I appreciate your faces. Hope you guys are staying safe and well, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye!